You know what? First, before we start anything, we need to get the fall vibes going. I need to light a candle. As you can see, I use this a lot. And then you know I gotta have my coffee, so let's go make one. Cheers! Okay, now I think we're ready. Hey book besties, I'm Angel if you're new here, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Just a disclaimer, this video is going to get very Delulu vibes because the most I've ever read in a month is 6 books. And I'm going to show you this whole TBR and it's a lot, so just let me be delusional thinking I'm going to get through all these books. And with that being said, this is my fall TBR / fall books that I will recommend. But another disclaimer, this year's the first year that I've gotten into reading, so I've only read like 27 books. I'm not that qualified to be giving y'all recs, but we're going to do it anyway because I gave you a disclaimer and listen to me at your own risk. This is a very dysfunctional video, but these are my book recs, okay? Okay, I can take some of this. Clearly, I'm going to have to recommend the ACOTAR series. I haven't finished, so this is also on my TBR as well. I need to read A Court of Frost and Starlight and the last book in the series, but just look at the tabs. Like, this series is amazing. I know it's super popular, so you'll probably hear it a lot, so I won't speak too much on it, but this isn't necessarily a cozy fantasy, but it gives me cozy vibes. Maybe just because I love the story, I don't know. It's cozy to me, but there are high stakes, so it's not necessarily a cozy fantasy, but this is a fantasy series that I recommend. This is Hooked by Emily McIntyre, and it's the first book in the Never After series. It's a dark romance, and I feel like dark romance is kind of fall-esque, you know? It's a Peter Pan reimagining, and it's about Captain Hook and Wendy. This was really good. I really loved it, and I plan on continuing this series. Obviously, everybody and their mom is probably going to recommend Fourth Wing. This was a 6-star read for me, and can't go wrong with a fantasy during fall. For thrillers, I have The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. I absolutely loved these 2 books. I know a lot of people say they like the second one even more, but I personally liked the first one more. If you're looking for a fast-paced thriller, I definitely recommend these 2 books. Then I have Misery by Stephen King. If you're looking to get into Stephen King, I think this is a great starter book. It's not necessarily a horror, but it is kind of scary. But I absolutely love this book. This book is about Paul Sheldon, and he gets into a car wreck during a very bad blizzard, and his #1 fan, Annie Wilkes, finds him, brings him back to the house, nurses him back to health, but she's really holding him hostage and doesn't plan on letting him go. Yeah, this is a great read, and I loved it so much. Okay, I think that's it for recommendations. So we're gonna jump into my fall TBR. And this has like no order to it. I'm just gonna be picking them, so no structure, just vibes. Dance of Thieves. This has been on my TBR for a while now. This is a YA fantasy. I believe it's enemies to lovers. And a lot of people seem to really love this duology. I know that the Remnant Chronicles is before this. I don't really plan on reading the Remnant Chronicles just because it's not intriguing me. So, but I hope I don't regret that. Who knows? I might. The Perfect Marriage. This is a thriller, and what sold me on this book is it says his mistress is dead, his wife is his only hope. And on the back it says Kelly, who is said mistress, is found brutally stabbed to death, and now Sarah take on her hardest case yet, defending her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. Would y'all be defending this man? Let me know. Throne of Glass, which is by Miss Sarah J. Maas. I really do hope to get to this in hopes of me finishing ACOTAR, because this is another super popular series of Sarah J. Maas. Well, really all of her books are popular, but some people say that this series is even better than ACOTAR, and if it's better than ACOTAR, I need to read it. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is a lot of people's favorite book by Riley Sager. I have read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and I wasn't like obsessed with it, but I really want to give this a chance because it's one of Miss Haley Pham's favorite thrillers. This book is basically about Casey, who lives across the lake from Catherine and Tom. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secrets can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. That sounds good. All of these books just sound so good. There's so many books and not enough time. Like, next book I have is Scythe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not too sure. But this is a dystopian, and it says, a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now Scythes are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Citra and Rowan are chosen to apprentice to a Scythe, a role that neither wants. These teens must master the art of taking life, knowing that the consequence of failure could mean losing their own. They learn living in a perfect world only comes with a heavy price. That sounds good as hell. And it's a series. I don't know how many books are in the series, but I'm actually really excited to read this. A Curious Beginning, a Veronica Speedwell mystery. This is a historical fiction mystery, which I normally don't read this genre. It's very out of my comfort zone, but Miss Katie is reads and likes this series. So plus this cover, I completely judged a book by its cover, and I'm gonna read it based on that. I have The Naturals, which everyone and their mom has been talking about lately, and this is like Criminal Minds but YA. I hear it's a quick read, so just decided to check it out for myself. Then we have Assistant to the Villain. Look at these sprayed edges. It's my first book with sprayed edges, so I'm excited. But this book is basically about what it says, assistant to a villain. It's also a romance. Reading the back of it actually sounds really funny, so I'm super excited to read this. King of Wrath, I believe that this is a dark romance. Not too sure. I don't know too much about it, just that it's popular. Yeah, I've never read any books by Anna Huang, so I'm excited to read this. This book is super fall. Like, just look at it. We have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This is about a witch that goes to teach 3 young witches how to control their magic, and she ends up falling in love with one of the people that works in the house. I think he's a librarian or something. And yeah, this seems like a cute, cozy romance, and I'm super excited to read this. I hear that it's really good. Then I have Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I'm super excited because Frida McFadden, as I said, The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, super quick, easy reads, and I'm thinking that this is going to be like that. But it says newlyweds Trissa and Ethan are searching for the house of their dreams, but when they visit the remote manor that once belonged to Dr. Adrian Hill, a renowned psychiatrist who vanished without trace 4 years earlier, a violent winter storm traps the Metha estate. With no chance of escape until the blizzard comes to an end. In search of a book to keep her entertained until the snow abates, Trisha happens upon a secret room, one that contains audio transcripts from every single patient Dr. Hill has interviewed. And then Trisha reaches the final cassette, the one that reveals the entire horrifying truth. Y'all know what I'm about to say. That sounds too good. I cannot wait to get to this book. Next book I have is Gorgeous. And it's One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. And I haven't read any of her books, so I'm super excited to read this one. And this is a modern fantasy about witches that live in New York. And it's also a Romeo and Juliet reimagining. So I'm super excited to read this book and see how it goes down. Then we have The Serpent in the Wings of Night. This book has been really popular, and it's a romantasy. And after reading Fourth Wing, I just want to read romantasies all the time. But what really sold me is that I hear that it's like a Hunger Games but with vampires. And I'm a vampire girly, so super excited to check this out. And not only when I think of fall do I think of fantasy thrillers and horrors, but I also think of like fairy tales, which means like fairy tale reimagining. So therefore I have Cinder, but this is also kind of like sci-fi because that's a cyborg. So yeah, but this is basically a Cinderella retelling. No idea what goes down, but all I know is that this is a cyborg. But yeah, I'm super excited to see Marissa Mayer's take on this. And then also I have Almost There, which is about Princess Tiana, my favorite princess, and it says, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? That just sounds so good. So super excited to get to this, but I have heard mixed reviews. I don't know about that, but I'll see what I think of it. And then we have Renegades, which is also by Marissa Meyer. I just know that this is about superheroes and that Destiny loves this, so that's enough for me to buy the book and check it out. So yeah, then we have The Silent Patient, and this has been so popular on TikTok, but I have heard that it's kind of slow, but that the ending is worth it. So I'm super excited to get into this, but the slow part is just making me push this further and further away. So somebody bullied me into reading this because this is my September book club pick that I'm supposed to be reading, and I have not started it, so I need to be bullied into reading this. Thank you. Next I have 2 cozy fantasies, and that is The House of the Cerulean Sea, and it says a magical island, a dangerous task, a burning secret. I've heard that this book has made a lot of people cry, and I'm hoping that it makes me cry because the book has yet to make me cry, and I just want to be in my feels, you know? I want a book to do that to me. But we're gonna see if that happens for me. Let me drink some coffee. Oh, my battery's about to die. How cute. But then I also have Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I heard that this is a perfect starter book to get into Brandon Sanderson. And this book has pirates in it. So that sounds interesting. I've never read a book with pirates. And just look how pretty the inside is. Okay, if the angle changed, my battery died. But this just gives me a rainy day, curled up on a couch with a blanket, having some hot chocolate, and I'm here for it. I want all of those vibes. The next book I have is Caraval. Literally the most stunning book. I'm super excited to get to this because Stephanie Garber's writing is so beautiful and whimsical and it's like fairy tale-esque. And I hear that this is like a circus Hunger Games. So does that not pull you in? Like, I'm hooked and I haven't even read it. So I know it's about two sisters. One gets lost and one of them is trying to get her sister back. So yeah. And then I have Local Woman Missing. And it's about 3 people that go missing, and 11 years later, Delilah shockingly returns. Everyone wants to know what happened to her, but no one's prepared for what they'll find. And some people will stop at nothing to keep the truth buried. Can't go wrong with a thriller. We love those. This is another popular one. Yeah. Then I have Salem's Lot by Stephen King. And do I know what this is about? No, but I know that there's vampires in it, and the cover just looks very fall-esque. Like, look at that. Look at that. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is a horror, so maybe I'll read it in October. And yeah, but this is a lot of people's favorite Stephen King book. So I'm excited to try it out, but I'm also scared, so we'll see if I get to this. Next book is another book that I'm also scared to get into. It's Haunting Adeline. It's a dark romance, has a lot of trigger warnings. Yeah, I think this is a stalker romance. Yeah, kind of scared to get into this, but I just feel like, does this not scream like October to you? It does to me. So this is going in my fall TBR. Then I have Love in Other Words. I know that this takes place in a cabin, so I feel like that's cozy romance. That's pretty much all I know about this. But I have heard mixed reviews on this, so we'll see how quickly I get to it. But then just look at the cover. It's just so cozy. And yeah, and then last but not least, hold on, let me go grab it. Okay, last but not least, we have the Harry Potter series. And this is super ambitious, but I want to read the whole series this fall. I've read the first book, now I'm on to the second. You just don't get any more fall than this. You just don't. Yeah, I'm in my Hogwarts era, and I'm loving it. This book is heavy as hell, but now I need a thumbnail, so let me prepare to be out of breath. In October. My arms are literally trembling. Oh, please don't fall. I hope I got a good one. I really need this now. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found some good recommendations. If you watched all the way up to this point in the video, comment down below a fall leaves emoji, just because I like to see you watch my videos all the way through. And it's kind of like an inside joke that only the book besties know, so leave that down below. And yeah, I should probably go get to reading if I'm delusional enough to think that I can get through all these books. And another disclaimer, don't be surprised if you see me book shopping, knowing that I already have all these books on my fall TBR, so don't be alarmed. Just mind your business. But okay, I love you guys so much. I hope you're having a great afternoon, morning, or night whenever you're watching this. And yeah, happy reading to all of you.